Hi guys, Martin88 here and welcome back to another FIFA 22 video. Welcome back to an important video today. Today we're going to be looking at the top 5 formations in FIFA 22 right now. What I think are the top 5 formations. Because team of the season is coming up and it's going to be really sweaty. So just wanted to give you guys an update of what I thought was the top 5 formations in FIFA right now. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So, number 1. This is in no particular order, by the way. So the first formation that we're looking at here is the 4-1-2-1-2. But the important thing here is if you're relatively new to FIFA or just a little bit inexperienced, is that there's 2 versions of the 4-1-2-1-2. And this is the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, okay? Which means that it has a CDM, a CM, a CM and a cam. The other version has wingers. You do not want that one. This is the one that you want. This is really popular at the moment. The reason why it's popular is because attacking narrow in this FIFA is quite successful and very popular. And this formation allows you to do that. Plus, it allows you to have 2 strikers, which is key. You also get you get to have a cam, which I personally love. And from a defensive point of view, you have the protection of having a CDM as well. So, to be honest, it really ticks an awful lot of boxes. What's the downside? The downside is that you can be quite predictable if you're playing a 4-1-2-1-2 because you don't have any width. So, if you're able to try and get your fullbacks involved, that will help an awful lot. So, yeah, that's the first formation. Let's go on to number 2. Okay, so the next one, number 2, is the good old-fashioned, tried and trusted 4-2-3-1. Now, 4-2-3-1 is my favourite formation across FIFA as a whole. I don't mean this one, I just mean as a general FIFA player, playing from God knows when until now, 4-2-3-1 would always be the first formation that I try, okay? It's what I play in squad battles, to be fair, that has never changed. But for online, that has changed a little bit this year. This year, it doesn't have the same impact. It's not one of them years where everybody is just playing 4-2-3-1. However, it is still really popular. But I think one of the issues with it is not having the 2 strikers, and that's probably the biggest reason why people don't like to play it. Also, although it says here on screen that you've got 3 cams, it's not really. Your Lamb and Ram are like wingers. So I think that from an attacking point of view, it can leave you a little bit isolated. And with this FIFA, where people tend to have a lot of people behind the ball, you need numbers upfield, attacking narrow, and the 4-2-3-1 doesn't really provide that. Defensively, it's very sound, so it can be used as a formation to see out games, but as a whole, it's not as effective as other years, but it is still very popular. That's number 2. Let's go on to number 3. Okay, in at number 3 is my favourite online formation for this FIFA, and it is the 4-3-1-2. I really enjoy it, and I'm going to tell you why. So, what I enjoy about this is how aggressive you can close people down, how quick it is going forward, and just how easily you can overpower opponents. It's very central. There's no wingers. You've got 3 central midfielders, a cam and a striker, so it ticks a lot of boxes from that point of view. Also, is a formation that allows me to get the fullbacks forward as well. So I still get some width, plus I've got that concentration of bodies in the middle of the pitch that allows us to really attack fast and to create havoc. So yeah, having the cam is a massive tick, love that. Then having the 2 strikers is a massive tick, plus the midfielders joining in and the fullbacks. Like I said, it's a really aggressive and a very fun formation to use, and I know that a lot of you enjoy using it as well. So yeah, that is my number 3. Let's go on to number 4. So in at number 4, we have got the 4-2-2, which is very similar in my eyes to the 4-3-1-2 in terms of like the pros and cons. In terms of that, it is another really aggressive formation where you're on the front foot, you're taking the game to your opponent. If that's the kind of style of FIFA that you like, which I think a lot of us do really, then 4-3-1-2 or the 4-2-2 is going to be your kind of formation, you know. Again, it has the 2 strikers, which is a tick. It's got 2 cams, although I think they're more like wingers personally, but It's not a traditional cam behind a front two, but it still gives you options behind the strikers. You still got the defensive solidarity of having the two CDMs, that when you're going forward, they're going to get involved in the play. And defensively as well, it's good. So yeah, just again, ticks a lot of boxes like the 4-3-1-2. Really nice and aggressive and really fun to use. So that's number 4. Let's go on to the last one, which is number 5. So for the 5th one, to be honest, I could have chosen 2. And one of them because they've just recently come to light, which is from the E-Premier League, which is 3-5-2 formation, which a lot of people are trying out. But I thought I'd be true to myself, and I wouldn't have put that in there if it wasn't for that. So, like, I would go in with the 4-4-2 because I think a lot of people have played it across the whole year, and a lot of people will do, you know. So for me, I still don't really like the 4-4-2. I never have done, I never will do, but I know that it's a popular formation that a lot of other people have a lot of success with. So I could not put it in there. And of course, what does it tick? It ticks in terms of having the 2 strikers. You've got width, although if you play, obviously, if you adapt to custom tactics, you can make that more narrow. So you can get a lot of bodies behind the ball. So defensively, it's good. The one downside is that it doesn't have a cam. I don't really like that. And I don't like having a midfield that's just flat, you know. I like to have certain layers to it, like having a cam or having a CDM or something like that. But yeah, all in all, it's a very balanced formation. So if you're somebody that is not overly conservative, but equally you don't want to be too aggressive and taking the game to players, then 4-4-2 is a nice neutral formation like the 4-2-3-1, and maybe it is the formation for you. So there we have it. I hope you enjoyed that video. 5 formations that we've gone through there. I'd like to hear your opinion. Probably a couple of you are screaming at the screen going, "You're an idiot, why haven't you included this, why haven't you included that?" It's just my opinion, and I know that some of you guys are quite inexperienced with FIFA, so I just wanted to give you a few formations maybe to try out if you're struggling at the moment, or just if you wanted to try something different and to have a little bit more fun. So guys, that is where I'm going to leave it. That's the end of today's video. Please drop a like, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you next time. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.